Hey guys, Guinea Pigs 1 here. So tonight's cage cleaning night, and you'll get to see little Nami in her cage. So we're doing a sea print theme, and then when we clean the cages on Friday, I'm going to put in my Christmas fleece because Saturday is Christmas Eve. So that's exciting. So first off, I'm just grabbing the beds like usual to get started here. Now, for people who are wondering about Nanaimo, she's staying here, of course. My plan is to either get Huckle neutered or Littlefoot neutered and then make a trio. So far, Nami met Butter Pecan and they got along really well. So that's a possibility. Still going to have her meet Apple. So if I made a trio, that whole section would be opened up for the trio. And then Bullseye would come over here. And he would be with his spayed female that we're still waiting for from Piggle's rescue. So that is the game plan. Now we're not taking getting the neuter lightly. Like any surgery has some risks and you just have to think about them. And first off, whoever's going to get neutered would get a health check to ensure that they're a good candidate. When we first got Nami, she went for a health check at the vets because at first I thought perhaps she would get spayed to go with Bullseye. But she was not a candidate to get spayed because her health check showed that she has a heart murmur. So that would mean that doing surgery for a pig like that, their risk is up. So yeah, so let's say we decide to take Littlefoot for his health check. I would only allow him to go for a neuter if he was like a 10 out of 10 for, a good candidate. If anything was off with his health check, we're not going through with it. Now, neuters are less invasive than spaying, but just like any surgery, there are always chances that something could happen. So, the big picture is, though, it would be awesome to have a trio with Nami and, let's say Littlefoot and Pecan. I think everybody would be really happy and they'd have a larger cage. I just think it would be a wonderful thing, but obviously, as I said, we'd only go through with that if a health check checks out. And I would prefer her to go with Littlefoot and Pecan because those two are a little more laid back. These two can be quite hyper and crazy. And just since she has a heart murmur, I think it would be kind of nice to have her with a bit calmer couple, just so she doesn't feel like she has to stay up to these guys' pace. She could relax a bit more. And I would love Pecan to have a little more space to roam around because she's my biggest piggy and I don't think it would do her any harm. So those are our plans. But we're not making any tough choices yet. We're just still figuring things out slowly. And in the meantime, Nami's really happy to be in the pig room and hearing all the piggies talk. She seems really content because it'd be a lot different, right? Being here than being the only pig in the house where she came from. So that's kind of what we're thinking for that. And we'll just see how that plays out. So when I let Pecan meet Nami, Nami was so excited. She was popcorning, bouncing around. She was just like over the moon, cheery and happy. So I actually kind of felt bad when, obviously it was time to put Pecan back in her own cage, because I felt bad that Nami was having such a good time, but it was just to meet. And then I thought, like, oh, well, maybe I'll do that, a couple times a week, but then that's not fair to Nami to get all excited to be with a pig and only to be separated. That'd be stressful. So we'll obviously have to think really hard about the neuter and get that underway, because once a piggy is neutered, you still have to wait like 4 to 6 weeks before you can put them together. You have to wait for all the sperm to be dead. So if we got one of the boys neutered in January, it probably wouldn't be till mid-February when you're allowed to introduce them. So that kind of stinks, but it is what it is. In the long run, it would be totally worth it. Oops, making a mess. Okay, so for these guys, you're gonna have 2 of these beds to get cozy in. There you go. Okay, so now we're on to Nami's cage. She is nervous when you're fooling around in her cage. Hi, BB. Hello, baby girl. Hello. She doesn't let me pet her in the cage. She'll probably run. Yep. Sometimes when she's sitting on a couch or a cuddle cup in there, I can pet her in there, but otherwise she's still too nervous. She does let you pick her up easily when she's in the corner, and then when you're holding her, she's good to pet. It's just she still doesn't let you reach in the cage to touch her, which is fine. We will work with her. Hey, sweetie, you want to go back to your curtain? And she does get a bit nervous when I'm cleaning things. Kind of gets a bit like, where do I go? It's okay. But the thing is, that's how I clean everybody's cages, and they get used to it. She's already better than she was when I first cleaned her cage the first time. She was running around like a mad woman. Didn't know where to go, and I felt bad. But she'll be okay. Everybody gets used to this stuff. And I've got a piece of plexiglass that's high up on Bullseye's side, and then the lower piece here on Nami's side. But to be perfectly honest, Bullseye has not done anything, like even attempted to pay attention to what's happening over here. Okay, sweetie. It's okay. It's okay. Look at this gorgeous piggy. Look at this gorgeous girl. She's so light too. You hide down there, okay, hun? She's only 800 grams, so she's my tiniest piggy. She was a bit lighter when we first got her, but she's putting on a little bit of weight. So there's a chance she'll get a teeny bit bigger still. It's okay, pretty girl. It's okay. You're alright. Okay. She'll probably like this. She can run and hide in there. There you go, sweetie. There you go, Nam Nams. She's cute. I can't wait for her to have friends, though. It'll really help her get tame. Hi, baby girl. Hello. Hi, baby. Hello, hello. You coming out? She reminds me a lot of butterscotch Ripple for her personality, a bit shy, but super sweet. And her fur reminds me of her a lot too, the really crazy fluffy fur. Hi, bud. Which is a nice thing to be reminded of Butterscotch because she was a absolute sweetie. Okay, now this messy man. Bullseye's been doing very well. Like, our biggest problems we had with him were when I first changed the cage and he had a 2x3 and his tummy was acting up. But he's doing well with his 2x4.5. And he seems pretty cheerful, but like, it's different when you're a piggy in a room full of pigs versus a lone pig and there's no other pigs in the house. Like, he's doing pretty good because he can hear everybody and he can see through the plexiglass at the little kids there, and when they're eating hay he can see them because he's eating hay. But he still does have behaviors of chewing the bars and such when he hears me to get some attention. So he's gonna be excited once he has a friend. He's gonna have somebody to talk to again. Dears. There you go, buddy. How's that? Good? Okay. And then we also have... Here, bud. Good boy. Okay, so Calvin's our last little buddy to clean. I think he's snoozing. So Calvin gets a tummy bath every cage clean because he's pretty messy about where he poops and pees, and it just keeps his tummy and his feet and his legs nice. Gotta move you down. Are you gonna come out? Okay. Get all this messy stuff out. Time for your bath, okay, buddy? Good boy. There we go. Time for tubbies. So we're done Calvin's bath, and I'm just gonna check his nails. He's super easy to give a bath to. Here we go. Let's check your little feet. Good boy. Good boy. How are you doing, buddy? Okay, so while I clean Calvin out, I just put him in his bed, and he just hangs out in there. He doesn't leave. He's not an exploring pig, so he just hangs out. And then he's safe and out of the way while I tidy up this top here. He's gonna have a little couch. Up and away. There we go. Now that he's out of there, I will put his soft mat in the bottom of this as well. So after he gets his stuff cleaned, he gets the vitamin C. Are you coming? Come here. Here you go. You guys want a piece too? Okay. We'll split it up. Here, littles. I hear you, Bullseye. Here, buddy. Mammy, do you want a piece? Nams. Do you want a piece of vitamin C? Here, sweetie. It's okay. Good girl. Okay, so everybody's clean and tidy. We'll see you guys next time. Hi, baby. You always have a dirty pellet nose. You always have pellet dust on your nose. How's this happen? How does that happen?